Hi everyone, so thank you so much for sticking around for this video. I just wanted to come on here and just give you guys some tips. Recently, as you guys know, Catherine Estates closed their applications. However, I was going through some comments on the HAG's website and something kind of bothered me because I was seeing persons saying stuff about not having an eligibility letter and those kind of things, and I realized that a lot of persons are interested in purchasing property. However, they are not doing the full research into all that goes into purchasing a property. Now, this video is not just about real estate, it's just about life in general. But before we jump in, guys, we are officially monetized. Yes, we're monetized, so please ensure that you're watching those ads. It really helps because, as you know, I go all over the island to go ahead and deliver content to you guys, and having the channel monetized, that greatly helps with all of the stuff that I have planned for the channel and that I'm doing for the channel. So thank you so much for allowing the channel to reach the stage that it gets monetized. I have had this channel since I was in high school. However, I wasn't really paying it any attention, and since November of last year I have decided to put one of my passions out there, and that is real estate and just budgets and all of that kind of stuff. So I am really grateful that you guys enjoy that type of content, and I'm happy that you have subscribed and have allowed the channel to reach the stage of monetization. So thank you so much for that. But back to the video now. So I wanted to go ahead and discuss certain things that I do for myself, and this is not something that is set in stone. As I said, I do this for myself. So I don't know about anyone else, but from the moment I turned 25, I started thinking about home ownership and what goes into home ownership, and I did research, and that is even what inspired me to start sharing stuff like that on the channel, because a lot of the time persons would ask me questions about real estate and all of that, even though I'm not a real estate agent, but because I like to research stuff like that, and anything that I'm in, I like to get full knowledge. So I just have like 5 tips towards achieving your goals, whether your goals is home ownership, whether it is financial security. And I think everybody's goal is like financial security. I don't know, I'm not speaking for everybody, but I would like to think that. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is applying for that pre-qualification letter from the National Housing Trust. Now, that process is different if you're self-employed versus if you're employed. Now, I'm self-employed, and I'm telling you that the process is twice as hard. Yeah. It's not easy being self-employed because you have to show evidence that you are financially stable and that you're capable. So if you are employed, you will need to be making contributions to the NHT for a year. You need to approach them with your ID, your TRN, your NIS, and your last 3 months payslip. You can send this to wecare@nht.gov.jm, and you'll be able to acquire a eligibility letter. What is the eligibility letter? It's not the loan, it's not a loan confirmation, it's just stating that you are qualified for a certain amount. Now the maximum, as many of you know, is 6.5. That is the maximum that NHG will lend for purchase on the open market. For example, the other day, those properties that went up for Catherine Estates, they were on the open market, and I've been hearing a lot of news that a half of them will be sold by the NHD. You know, NHD properties that are sold are done through the points system. So NHD have their point system, and that's separate and apart from what the open market is like. On the open market, you know, you need to find a deposit, which is 5 to 10 or even 20% of what the property is. So you have to go ahead and be saving. That's the other important thing. If you want to purchase a home, you cannot just get up today and say, I'm going to purchase a home, if you're not Usain Bolt or one of those people. You have to be putting down that deposit and that closing cost. And I went in depth in this in a video that I did a few months ago with Nicole Hepburn. She is a very knowledgeable real estate agent and loans officer, and she gives great advice. So if you haven't seen that video, I advise you to go ahead and check that out. So you can go ahead and apply for that pre-qualification letter, because it allows you to make an offer. If you see a property that you're interested in, you cannot make an offer on it without a pre-qualification letter, either from the NHD or the bank. And why it's so great to borrow from the NHD, they give interest rates as low as 0%, dependent on a few factors. But you can check out NHD's page for all of those factors that influences your interest rate. So guys, ensure you're getting that pre-qualification letter. At least have that ready. Even if you're working on the deposit, at least have that ready. So the next tip that I wanted to go ahead and give you guys is have a specific bank account for savings. So I believe that it's not wise to have the money that you're trying to save in the account that you swipe a lot. Your swiping account, you know, that account that when you go to the supermarket you're swiping the card for, everywhere you're going to just swiping the card for. No, have a specific bank account for savings. And it's horrible that savings account don't really yield that much interest, but there are other stuff that you can go ahead and invest the money in, like a fixed deposit, other investments. I'm not all that knowledgeable about like investment banking and that stuff. I just ensure that I have a separate account that I don't really touch that funds. It's not really yielding as much as I would like it to. So if you guys even know any account, I know that Sagicor has this bonus saving account that allows you to grow additional interest on your savings. So you can go ahead and check that out. If you know any more accounts that allow you to be turning over a lot of interest, you can go ahead and leave that in the comment bar as well. But stop putting all the money in one account. Have a separate account that you don't touch that money, because out of sight is out of mind. So you need to ensure that you're doing that. And the next thing, number 3, that I'd like to talk to you about is stop trying to keep up with the Joneses or anybody where you're trying to keep up with. If needs be, and you find yourself being on Instagram too much, comparing your lives with this person from this place where you haven't even seen in ever so long or wherever, and you find yourself constantly comparing your life with them, feeling like your life isn't amounting to anything, delete social media for a while. Delete social media for a while and focus on you, because it makes no sense for you to be sitting down on social media watching what persons are doing and comparing yourselves. And you need to know as well that a lot of stuff that people put on social media is just to flex. It's not real. So don't even get bothered by that. Focus on you. Focus on what you know you need to work on to achieve your goals, and stop watching what other people are doing. Okay? And the next thing as well is find a side hustle. So hustle. Now, having a 9 to 5, a one paycheck 9 to 5 is good and all, but it's cutting it way too close. It's very important for you to have that additional stream of income, and with the digital age that we're living in, you can even stay from the comforts of your home and do stuff online. Now, this is not me telling you to go ahead and just do something because you see somebody else doing it and it's successful, so you think it has to be successful for you. No, a lot of times because your passion is not into something, that makes it less successful. So go ahead and find out what it is your passion. I know I discussed recently hosting Airbnb experiences, because this is something that is very low cost. You don't have to have a property to go ahead and do it. You can be someone that is great at cooking, great at baking, and you can host an experience where you teach someone that skill. You can teach them how to dance. Anything that you're really good at, you can go ahead and teach it to someone. Because as I said, a lot of times persons come to Jamaica and it's not just for that whole sun, sea and sand. They come here to experience culture, and if you can go ahead and give them culture, then that would be great, and you would be getting paid for it. So consider what it is that you are good at, and you can go ahead and market it. And once you're passionate, I'm sure that you will be successful. And now the final thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about is trying to clear up your debts. Now I know you may have car loans, you may have student loans, all sort of loans. But it is important to be very, very disciplined with these types of loans, especially when you're looking to getting a mortgage and stuff like that. Financial institutions look to your ability to manage these loans. They'll also look at your credit history. They look at how well and how disciplined you are when it comes to repayment. So it's important that you guys try to clear up these debts, because it really says a lot. And I know that Jamaica is not a country that is heavily reliant on credit scores and all, but we are leaning towards that now. So try to ensure that you're clearing up your debts. It will benefit you in the long run. Okay guys, so this is not a tip, but this is just me saying how happy I am to see that it's persons within my age bracket that is tuning into these videos. Not that I'm not grateful for my other viewers, but in recent times my age bracket was one of the lowest set of viewers, constantly one of the lowest set of viewers. But then I was pleasantly surprised to go ahead and see that so many persons within the 25 to 34 age bracket is tuning in. It's us in our late 20s and persons in their early 30s, a lot of us that are looking out to purchasing properties and, you know, just living our best lives. And I'm happy that to see that so many persons are interested in home ownership. I just want to reiterate that you guys need to go ahead and do your proper research. Arm yourself with knowledge, because knowledge is truly power. But thank you again for subscribing. Thank you for watching this video to the end. Remember to watch the ads, because we are monetized and we are going for everything. I'm truly grateful for all your support thus far. But until my next video, everyone, please have a great day.